But listen, we have to discuss
Liverpool.
We have to discuss one man in general as well.
The team that are no threat.
Mohamed Salah.
I've got a point. This is Liverpool,
Mohamed
man.
Salah. We are witnessing.
Mohammed. I say, yeah.
We're witnessing an all-time in real time.
No,
and I
he's-
think
yeah,
sometimes
Salah's amazing.
I think sometimes it goes over our head because of, you know, growing up in an age where we saw all of the old-timers, they're retired now. We are witnessing an all-time and all-time. This guy is now 8th in the all-time Premier League goal scorers.
Yeah.
He has 132 goal contributions in 132 Premier League appearances at Anfield.
Mad thing.
He is a monster.
Bro, in 10
He's a
games
monster.
this season, he's already got 7 goals and 5 assists.
He's a monster. He's a monster. Come rain, come shine, that guy is going to perform. I know we can say Liverpool have great centre-half partnership. They've got a guy that's revolutionised the game of fullbacks in Trent. They've got, you know, Jota that can come up with goals. They've got your boy, Gravenberch, that's, you know, restoring the feeling midfield.
Killer.
They have a certified killer and the best player in the league in Mo Salah, who come rain or shine is going to shine. A handful way of goals from equaling Thierry Henry's Premier League record. They're saying, watch out to Thierry. That's what Liverpool fans are
He's got
saying.
more games, don't count.
I mean,
But it's what you said. It's what you said earlier.
We got the ratio, bro.
It's what you said earlier about big players in big moments, or when their team needs them, they grab the games by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
And this was a game where Brighton, I think they could have been 3 or 4 out of sight. I'll be honest with you, like they had plenty of chances. Ferdy could have got 2 as well. Rata could have got 1 or 2 as well. But it's, you leave the game in a balance long enough, and quality teams end up punishing you. Gakpo continuing his thing, and Gakpo, the way he's low key just took Luis Diaz's spot in the past couple of weeks as well. I'm noticing that as well. He's on good form, but Salah in that moment, I just feel like that's what big players do. That's what you was talking about,
Ownership.
Cole Palmer in games like this, like. You're going to look to certain players.
Yeah.
You're going to ask for them to dig you out of moments. And for him to do it time and time again.
But isn't it an issue that I think he's out of contract this season?
Well, this is
So is Trent.
yeah.
And so is Virgil.
Yeah. Arne Slot came
Hey, you
out.
talked
This
about
is
last
how-
hurrah last year for
We
Klopp.
talk about like the pressure on Mikel Arteta, but Liverpool need that title, bro.
yeah.
They need that title. I'm just saying.
I think Van
Better win
Dijk
it
is
then.
definitely going to stay. I think
Which-
Salah
yeah, what
did
do you
some
think?
tweets
It's all
today.
about
Salah did
thinking,
some
though.
One's
tweets
leaving,
today.
you know that for sure, and that's crazy because one's definitely gonna go.
Yeah, because what?
Might be Salah.
Yeah, I'm just.
Like,
Can you
you see
imagine
his
that?
tweet
What did he
today?
say? What did he tweet?
He was basically like, top of the league is where Liverpool belong. You know, I'll never get used to scoring a goal at Anfield. It's an amazing feeling. But he said something like, no matter
Oh, I got it
what.
here.
Like,
Yeah.
what did he say? No matter what, I'll give it.
Top of the table is where the clubs belong. Nothing less. All teams win matches, but there's only one champion in the end. That's what we want. Thank you for your support last night. No matter what happens, I will never forget what scoring at Anfield feels like.
So Babs,
That's
to
a
the
man
point.
on a mission.
That's
I
a
can't
man
lie.
To your
Yo.
point, this is why now again we talk about things changing and whatnot. City are searching for their 5th.
Yeah.
Liverpool in a situation where they've got a new manager come in and it's like, we have momentum here. Last year the injuries happened and whatnot. They started, everyone's like, it's going to fall off. This could either be like the perfect farewell, or it could be the something that makes people go, why not? Let's do this for 2 more years. It can go. They could win it, and people say, "You know, thank you for it. It's been great. We're
Yeah,
going."
it'd be great
That's
farewell.
why it's
It would be
difficult
great
for them
farewell, yeah.
because where do Liverpool go from there if that happens? If you lose all 3,
But also, bro, at the age as well, Salah's what 33. How much does he want wages wise?
33? Is it 32?
Salah's got one more big
Check
payday
now.
in him.
Yeah,
no matter what
well,
happens,
that's
it's
what
a
I'm
big
saying.
payday.
But Liverpool
He's
as a
32,
club and
yeah.
how
He's
they've
33 in June.
operated in the past,
Liverpool
they
have
don't
to be-
they
still
don't
have to
do
be
that.
smart about
Yeah,
it. They have to
with
be
Michael
smart
Edwards
about
back as well, I think they'll be ruthless with one of the players. They've done it in the past as well. So they need that. Salah needs that for his legacy. Because his goal record is amazing. We've seen him do it in so many big moments. But one league title for that caliber of player and all he's produced in this league, it's not enough. You know, Henry won the most.
got the Champions League
No,
as
of course,
well.
and that's fantastic as well. But in the Premier League legacy,
I get you, yeah.
And I think also like, you know, where do Liverpool rank him as fan base? Because you've got Steven Gerrard who won no league titles, but because he's Scouser and he came through the academy,
Yeah,
he gets
I
put on a
think-
pedestal.
yeah.
Salah's numbers wise, best
I mean,
player they've ever had.
That's actually what you're saying
for Liverpool fans. Where do Liverpool fans
Gerrard.
rank Salah all time? Because
Yeah.
you've got
But
Gerrard, you've
Gerrard's
got
the
Ian
GOAT, but then-
Rush.
But look at Salah's numbers. If he has 2 league titles,
I mean,
the
if you're
Champions
talking
League.
about all time, I'm sure it's Gerrard and Kenny Dalglish, innit? That's the top 2.
Yeah,
I heard man them
Where
speaking.
does Salah fit in?
That's
Is
what I'm
Salah-
saying.
is he
Salah
top
then,
3?
I
Is he
think
top
then
5?
we'll probably start looking at around that. You know what I
if
mean?
he gets a league title, do you know what I mean?
Oh, another league title. Yeah, mate. I don't see them putting.
listen,
How many of them old boys are still knocking around now?
Some of them were speaking funny on Gerrard when Hendo lifted the. You get me? Remember that? Do you remember that?
What? I remember. You know what? You know when I'm like, Salah's serious, right? When I was watching a video the other day, it was Premier League top best goals in the Premier League or something, and I forgot that he used to have afro. That's how you know he's serious, bro, because he's carried on, bro. He's got the trim. He had the receding hairline. I ain't seen one meme of his receding hairline, bro. That's because he's still cooking, bro.
If they've got 3 of their best players out of contract and this is like the last hurrah,
Last answer saying.
bro, they're giving this everything.
Yeah,
You
no,
understand?
they have to.
Arne Slot is saying, listen, you guys, I know you might not
Look,
be here
but
come
we
May, but
talked about
listen,
that.
just leave everything out there.
I've seen.
That's a dangerous situation for you guys to be in.
The three players you're mentioning is Trent, Van Dijk, and Salah.
Yeah.
And were they at the Emirates when they drew us 2-2? Where were they? Do you know what I mean?
Who?
The players that were there.
To be fair, they started pinning you
produced-
man in though.
Yeah, but they had to at one point. Listen, if we
we
were up against a Liverpool back four that had a 17-year-old, a midfielder playing a right back, and you got 2 centre backs that barely played together, you have to. But my point was,
they won a cup
I
against
feel,
Chelsea in the
I
final.
feel like in that case there, if Liverpool's year is to go win a title this year, they go win that game. They have to, bro. Like we had.
Hold on, no.
Whoa.
That narrative, no.
I'm just saying.
Where was that game?
Emirates. No, it was. But my point is,
You're trying to flip the pressure onto Liverpool.
No, but look, the pressure, bro. There is pressure.
Wait,
there.
but
It's
what
not
was
mine.
what scored in that game?
2-2.
Who scored in that game?
So, no, I'm saying, see, he scored a goal, but saying that in that moment there, when
but
you
who scored in
take it
that
to
game?
Arsenal, what?
Who scored in that game?
Salah.
And who else?
Who else scored in that game? Van Dijk. No, I get it. But it's a draw, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's a draw.
But Bab, don't be trying to make it like
Celebrate the draw, bro.
Bab, I remember.
My team, bro. We went to the Etihad and we got a draw with 10 men, right?
No. Let's go back
And
to last
I was
season.
hearing
when
10
you man got that draw at the Etihad.
Fucking the bus.
You see this guy? When you guys got the draw at the Etihad last season, you guys were like, that's the type of result that we need. When people were telling you, nah, you need to go win that, you guys were silencing everybody. Now you're saying Liverpool have to come.
No, my point was,
yes,
got the draw, yes. Listen, that's the
well done, Arsenal. Well done, Arsenal.
We remember.
Yeah. Now you're saying that they have to come to the Emirates.
My point was, in that time, you capitalise. You got your 3 best players available. We had no Odegaard, no Saliba. Gabriel went off as well. Your 3 all-timers are there. Win that game.
I don't know if it's that easy.
It was on your side. You're the informed team. You've come in the informed side. We've just lost to Bournemouth, by the way. Do you know what I mean? We're not in the best of form. Take advantage of it. Show us that we're not that team that we were last year and we're stumbling and we can't play freedom. Bro, in that first half, we were bossing them.
Yeah, you bossed them.
We were bossing them.
But they bossed you second half.
Yeah, because they were given a chance to.
I think Arteta gave them the game,
No, of course,
though. I think
of course,
Arteta
and
gave,
I agree as well. I think Mikel in that game was a bit conservative.
Yeah.
But did I want us to go ultra pressing, aggressive as well with the back four there? We did it at one point. We tried to go for it and they scored their goal. Do you know what I mean? So I think for Liverpool, I look at them and I see, look, they're a threat. I'm not saying they're not a threat. I'm not saying, they're out of the race and I'm just seeing them as like a Spurs or a Chelsea. They're in that conversation. But my point is, I still see them concede chances and I feel like they were capitalised.
I was saying, Baz, tell me why your team is better than Liverpool this season. They have a better defence, attacker players that have been there and done it already, so explain. Because obviously you're saying that, you mentioned that your main thing is looking at where City are.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like Liverpool can't run the course?
We saw Liverpool last year, and I was these same Liverpool fans. Obviously, I'm not saying him specifically, but I was getting a lot of hate from Liverpool fans. When I think I mentioned it in January, I was like, they were top of the league, and I was like, I still don't see you as about our biggest threats because I saw that they were going to fall off eventually. And even watching Liverpool this year, and even the Brighton game, they concede chances. There's vulnerability is there, and one team will capitalise. It won't be a surprise to me. Liverpool are this impenetrable force defensively, where they can, you can't make chances against them, and they're just running at you as well. They give you opportunities. This league has high quality players, and people will take those chances. So I see. I see a Liverpool side there, and I'm going to myself, you will lose games, you will drop points, and I can see it.
With Liverpool, though, I think with what Arne Slot, we spoke about it before a little bit, but I mean, he deserves credit. People keep trying to say, they ain't played this team, they ain't played that. They're getting their job done. Then they have played teams that are actually well placed in the league at the moment. Whether you call them a big team or not, they played a lot of teams in the top half, I believe it is. So when you look at Liverpool, let's be honest, we were all ready for the Klopp, post-Klopp laugh at Liverpool. People were posting, the team when they used to have Joe Cole and Konchesky and Voronin and that. We all thought that was what was going to happen. And now they're sitting 7 points clear of Arsenal in phase 5. Do you know what I mean? So you got to give them massive respect for that. And honestly, like, I know it happened last season, but the same way people gained confidence, like Arsenal fans, for example, said, you know, from what happened last year, they will learn from it. What's to say that Liverpool ain't going to learn from their collapse last season?
No, they got winners,
They
man.
might learn
They
from
got
it.
winners,
You know
man.
what I'm
Van
trying to say?
Dijk,
So,
Salah, all winners. Trent's a
Yeah,
winner as well.
yeah, so-
And I think they're a very, very good side.
I think you're underestimating them.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm not, bro. Listen,
I'm not saying they're going to win it.
Before we move on, can I-
me saying City's the bigger threat isn't me under because
yeah.
City deserve their respect.
Yeah.
He deserves that respect.
I want to ask you guys a quick question on that, actually, because I was thinking about it. If Slot came in, because I think about like how, you know, your old manager used to say like errors, they change, errors come to an end.
Yeah.
When Fergie left United, obviously, dire situation. Wenger, same thing. Do we give, if Slot was to go away, one, do you give Klopp credit for what he left behind? And two, how does that look on Slot if Slot is able to take this team over the line?
If on Klopp.
Yeah, so two
First
things.
season.
If Liverpool were to get over the line, one, in what regard do you hold Arne Slot? Because he'll be the first person since Conte to come in and win in his first season. And two, how much respect do you give to Klopp for leaving the institution in a place where a manager could even do that?
Hey, I'll give Slot all his credit. Klopp, you've had your credit, mate. Yeah, let's not try and bandwagon.
Do you understand what I'm saying,
Let's
though?
not try and piggyback off Slot's success. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be saying anything about Klopp. To be honest, you enjoy what you're doing at Red Bull, mate. Thanks. We've given you all the praise last season. This is all about Arne Slot. You know what I'm trying to say? I wouldn't mention anything about Klopp. To be honest, I wouldn't say a word about Klopp if Liverpool win the league this season.
But
I wouldn't.
when you think about like how United were left and Arsenal were left, isn't there something to be said about, because there was all the talk about FSG and what's happened, the fact that the institution was still able to mobilise and potentially going to do something.
So why didn't you win it?
But that's what I'm saying.
Why didn't
How
he do
do
it?
that's what I'm saying. How high do you then hold Slot for him to come
Yeah,
in?
I'll rate. Yeah, sometimes I'll rate Slot. I'll give him his credit. That'll be insane. You know what I mean? If he goes and does it, but nah, I wouldn't really say too much about Klopp. I wouldn't mention Klopp in that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't personally. I don't know. Would you?
No,
It's a side,
absolutely
though,
not.
Like, it's like saying giving Conte credit or Mourinho credit for Conte's side that won the title because they won a couple of years before that. So
I think there's always going to be remnants of
Yeah,
the
no, of course there
previous
is.
manager, one or two players or whatever. But I feel like this is a different Liverpool side, if I'm honest, and I think they're evolving as well.
Facts.
So by the end of the season, if he does win it, that is all Slot's credit. That Klopp don't get an honorary medal. Sorry, bro. Nah.
Where's Lampard's medal for the Champions League?
Maybe Stevie might get one.
Where's Lampard's medal for the Champions League?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, no one wanted to give Lampard his credit, right? Yeah, but Klopp
man.
deserves a little. Get out of here, Klopp,
Listen,
man. What the hell?
let me do the super chat so we go to City.
You're so glad he's out of the league.
Right.
These
Yeah,
guys
yeah,
are
man.
worse.
Sheffield Smith says, don't trust Liverpool's midfield for the whole season. Interesting. Shannon Cooper Sammy says, Cam, hyping Salah. Grizz will be proud. Humbler. Mads Forsen says, when Bow speak, you think he's a Madrid fan.